A person must be careful not to lose out on any mitzvah. Really, and I mean seriously, I'll tell you like this. There's a Gemara in Mesechet Chagiga Daf Hamud Bet, and it says over there, HaKadosh Baruch Hu cries on 3 people every day. Imagine every day Hashem cries on 3 people. What's the 3 people Hashem cries on? One of the 3, it says, Bechol Yom, it says. The Gemara says every day he's crying. One of the 3 is, cries on a person that has the ability to learn and doesn't learn. Hashem will cry. So the question is, why? So you might say, because the Torah is being lost. Havetz Chaim says something else. Havetz Chaim says in Torah Tabayit Perek Hey. You can look it up over there. He quotes the Gemara, exactly what I'm telling you. So imagine a father. He calls his son. Yes, son, you coming over? Yeah, I'm coming today, I'm coming. Great. And he prepares a check of $10 million. And it has to be deposited that day. And if not, it can't be deposited. Something with the bank and this and that. So now let's say the son didn't show up that day. How does the father feel? The father feels so bad. I feel so bad for my son. I had everything for him. I had a $10 million check. All he had to do is come pick it up and cash it in. Now he didn't do it. It's lost forever. That's the same thing when a person has the ability to learn Torah and doesn't learn. He lost that check forever, and Hashem's crying because he knows the reward. Hashem knows the reward, how great it is, and I feel bad I can't give it to you. You understand? You know what's going on over here? This is what he's telling over here. The Rabbeinu Yonah in Teshuvah says, he quotes Pirkei Avot saying, Zahir b'mitzvah k'b'hamura. That's why a person should remember every mitzvah. You think it's small? It's the biggest thing that you could ever have in your life. You think it's small, big deal. Chesed, big deal. Help the guy with $1, big deal. No, you're not understanding how big that mitzvah is. Take it as serious as your life depends on it, because it does. And that's what he's telling you. Why? When you do that, mitzvah gorev mitzvah, v'avorah gorev rash, schar mitzvah, mitzvah schar avera. He says when you do that, the reward for a mitzvah is another mitzvah. You can't get rewarded in this world for anything. You can get rewarded for this world for anything? You can't. It's all in the next world. The next world, you get, crazy schuyot. Because think about it, whatever you're going to get here, Rav Dessler says it's underpay. You know what underpay means? Underpay means, how many years does a person live in this world? How many? 120. So 120 years. Imagine you get reward for a mitzvah in this world. How many years is it going to last? No, in this world you're getting reward. How many? 120 years. So let's say you did one smallest mitzvah. You learned one word of Torah. That's a very big mitzvah. Let's say, for example, you did one mitzvah. You did a chesed. You helped an old man with his packages. He couldn't walk, hunchback, 98 years old, and you helped him with his packages. Then you say, Hashem, I'm going to cash it in. Let me cash it in. I know the next world is great and this. One mitzvah, that mitzvah, I'm cashing in. There you go, you cash it in. So Hashem says, wow, you want to really do it? Yeah, I want to do it. Make a deal, I want to do this. We just want everything else, save for the next world. So now what does he do? He makes you the most successful, whatever you could imagine as reward in this world, whatever you could imagine. What do you want? What do you want? Tell me, what do you want? Tell me, what do you want? Money, let's say flus. Money. Yeah, money, guy gets loaded. He's loaded parnasa like crazy. Who's the wealthiest guy? Musk? What's his name? Bezos. Okay, you want to be like the no, you don't want to be him. You want to have his wealth. That's right. Yeah, his wealth is crazy. And every day in the news, can I say a name or not? Kadash, multi-billionaire, that next man. He just, and they're like looking, 10 billion, $140 billion, and he became the richest man on earth, beats Bezos and Musk and Gates and then Buffett, all at the same, puts them in his pocket. And now, forget it. Go buy whatever he wants. He has whatever you want. You want the yacht, he has a nice yacht, he has a crazy house, he has everything. And that's exchanged for just that one time you helped the old man with his package. Hashem says underpay. Because it's all going to last 120 years. That mitzvah reward is what? Eternal. Eternal means not 120 years. Whatever you want to be, 100 billion and this, that, that's what you're going to have. Even much more than that, for eternity. It'll never ever end. It'll never ever end. A Jew never dies. You understand that? You understand? It's a temporary thing, temporary death. It goes in the ground, it comes back up. Tchiyat HaMetim. You understand what I'm trying to say? There's no death. Death is temporary. Death is temporary. You understand that? There was one time Rav Shach, he lost a daughter, and Rabbi Chaim Moshe Grudinsky went to go visit him to pay a shiva call. And he said to Rav Shach that death is temporary. It's not permanent. It's temporary. There's going to come a time, there's going to come Tchiyat HaMetim. We said every single day in the prayers. I remember one of my best friend's father passed away. And I told him this. He said, you comforted me more than anybody else in the world right now. I told him, I said, death is temporary. Your father passed away. I understand your father, but it's temporary. At the end of the day, it's temporary. You know, it's a tragedy, yeah, everything like that. But don't think it's forever. He's going to come back alive. We believe, Tchiyat HaMetim, we believe that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to bring back the dead. And now the reward's going to come. Even before Tchiyat HaMetim, there's Gan Eden. The reward is eternal. And that's what I'm saying. You cannot, Pirkei Avot, this teaching over here says, you cannot get rewarded. So what is it? It's, you get rewarded, mitzvah, good mitzvah. You know, Ramesh Shapira, the Daf Yomi, when he created the Daf, think about the zchut that he has. Think about till today. Is it not a major zchut? Think about it today. How many people learn the Daf Yomi? How many people learn the Daf Yomi? Thousands of people, like they're learning Daf Yomi. You know, you go to Sima Shas, a lot of the Mesayimim, they're there. They finished thousands of people on Daf Yomi. And he passed away how many years ago? How many years ago did he pass away? Think about it. Over 50 years ago, 60 years ago. And yet, he's still getting reward. Boom, 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 boom. Everything. Wow, Daf Yomi, Daf Yomi, Daf Yomi. It's an amazing thing. So when he got all the rabbis together and he made an announcement, this is what I want to do, and it took off, one of the rabbis said, I'm not jealous that you did this great mitzvah. I'm jealous of the mitzvah before what you did that led you to this mitzvah. Because mitzvah go to mitzvah. Schar mitzvah. There's a reward for that mitzvah. What mitzvah did you do beforehand that led you to do this mitzvah? You understand? Life is short. Life isn't long. Life is short. It really is. 120 years goes by like a breeze. You'll see, as a person gets a little bit old, you say, you say, wow, I can't believe I'm 20, I can't believe I'm 30, I can't believe I'm 40. By the time you're 70, I can't believe I'm 70, I'm a grandfather and I have, 35 grand, 100 grand, whatever it is. The bottom line is, life goes by fast. Life goes by, and it's not even me, Shlomo HaMelech says it. I remember Rabbi, the Baba Sali's grandson came to give his derush. And I'll never forget, when he gave the derush, he said about his grandfather, the Baba Sali, how he would say, life snap of a finger. Before you know it, Shlomo HaMelech tells us, not like a shade of a what? Of a wall. Not like a shade of a tree. Rather like a shade of a what? A shade, ke'of ha'porea ba'avir. Ketzel ha'of she'porea ba'avir. Like the shadow of a bird that flies. Why pick that? Because it's not even a shadow. It's a fleeting shadow. It just goes by. And like, what? Where did all the time go? 10 years went by, 2 years went by, 4 years went by. A person finishes high school, he's in his 10-year reunion or something like that, 25-year. I'll never forget in my life when I was sitting in 11th grade and somebody was telling me, oh, by the way, my brother has his 25th year reunion. I was like, what? It's crazy how time, he's telling me like it goes by fast. I'll never forget, I was in yeshiva and I was telling a guy, you're understanding how fast, the year is up. What? How did the year go by so fast? How did the year go by so fast? Look at you guys, You finished elementary, high school, you're finishing, you're 3 years out, 4 years out. You see the younger guys that are coming in from high school, like, oh wow, I remember when I was in high school. And you're like, wait, didn't I just graduate? It goes by fast. Therefore, what's the point? Don't waste time. Don't waste time. I heard a 10th grader outside, he tells me on the balcony, all right, the class is starting in 20 minutes. How are we going to kill time now? I said, don't ever say that. Kill time? Don't ever say that. I'll take your time, I told him. No, don't kill no time. Don't kill no time. Time is not supposed to be killed. So what do we mean, Rabbi? But we have 20 minutes till the class starts. So I don't care. 20 minutes, you sit down and you steig. You sit down and you learn. You learn. There's no off. I have off. There's no off. No, Rabbi, I have Sundays off. You're not off. You have time, go sit and learn. I remember there was one time I was in the kollel, and all of a sudden somebody came into the kollel, and I was just schmoozing with him. I was like, oh, very nice. I'm happy that you joined the kollel. He says, no, I'm not joining. I was like, what? So what happened? He's like, I got fired from my job, and I have no job, and until I get a new job, I'm here. I said, it's the wrong way of looking at it. It's the wrong way of looking at it. Your job is to serve Hashem 24/7. That's your job, right? So this is your job now. You're sitting in kollel, this is your job. The Hashem wants you to learn anytime you're free, you have to learn. There's a Ran in Masechet Nedarim that says that. Anytime you have free, you have to learn. No, I have free. Let me just waste an hour. Let me just waste 2 hours. Let me just blow 45 minutes. They don't do that. We don't do that. Life is short. Life goes by fast. Grab as many mitzvot as you can. There was one time a story. Yaakov Galinsky, he writes it. Yaakov Galinsky was in a Beit Midrash. He writes it in a sefer. It's called Veigadata. It's called. He said he was sitting in Beit Midrash and he heard in the background a person saying in the back in the Beit Midrash, a person saying, this Gemara Neruvin that says, Olam hazeh, this world, Ki'ilu yadamya. Chatov v'echol, chatov u'shteh. Chatov v'echol, v'chatov u'shteh. Chatov v'echol, what does that mean? It says, this world is like a wedding hall. Grab and take, right? Wedding, when you go to a wedding, it's all you can eat. You have a buffet. You fill your thing, yeah, all you can eat. Guys, going. Right? Drinks, all you can drink. Whatever you want, right? It says this world is like a wedding. Eat, drink, everything on the house. What does that mean? This world, take as much mitzvot with you, and you know, Tzedal HaDerech. I was by Rabbi Yaakov Hillel this past Friday night. I'm going to end off with this. I was by Rabbi Yaakov Hillel's house this Shabbat, this Friday night, past Friday night. I was by his house, we're having dinner. Shabbat dinner. What a Shabbat. I had an amazing Shabbat in Israel. It was amazing. Really, really. This past Friday night. I was sitting there and I asked him a story about Tzedal HaDerech. You know what Tzedal HaDerech means? When a person goes out, he has to bring things with him, you know. So, is it true? He told me that it's true. Rav Kaduri would give envelopes to Rav Yaakov Hillel to give out to tzedakah. And one of the envelopes, it said Tzedal HaDerech. Every he gave 2 envelopes. And the one's now, one Tzedal HaDerech. He said, this is for now, this is an envelope of tzedakah, give this away for tzedakah. And this is another envelope for what? For Tzedal HaDerech. Meaning to say, when Rav Kaduri passes away to the next world, the time of the Levaya, when they're taking away his body, start giving out tzedakah. This is an envelope. And you get the envelope every month, boom, 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 give it to tzedakah. He understood what's going on. This world is, you got to give the tzedakah that you give, it's yours forever. In any case, Rabbi Yaakov Galinsky writes, he went to the back to see who is this person that's saying it. Later on, many years later, the same person became the stipler. Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky's father, you ever heard of the stipler? Rabbi Yaakov Yisrael Kanievsky? It was the stipler. The stipler as a young boy, even young, he understood what this world's about. And therefore, what it's teaching us over here, schad mitzvah, mitzvah, grab and grab. Remember these lessons, forward the lesson, review it again, review the lesson again. Have a great day.